I have a love and hate relationship with this Sony Fx3. This camera is a beast, but it also made me question my life choices on a few shoots. If you're thinking about using this camera for events, real estate, business videography, or corporate events, I'm here to give you the real breakdown. What works, what sucks, and whether you should buy, rent, or just run the opposite direction. And if you're not ready to drop the cash, you can rent it today from Fum Rentals at fum.dbmsmedia.com. Now, let's get into it. So let's talk about the pros about this camera. Let's start with the good stuff, because when Fx3 shines, it really shines. Let's talk about the autofocus. I don't even try to pull focus anymore. The real-time high autofocus is so good. It's basically reading my mind, like practically reading my mind. Tracking a moving subject locked, walking shots locked, wide speakers still locked is practically ridiculous. Then let's talk about the low light performance of this camera. If you ever filmed in an event, especially weddings, especially the reception, they swore they will have good lighting. My brother run because most of the time no good lighting. But this camera came through with the dual native ISO from 800 to 12,800. I assure you, it's buttery, smooth, and clean in low light. Let's talk about slow motion. I know this subject is relative. Some people feel 120 frames is overkill, but for me, for a 4K 120 frame, this is a no-brainer. If you are not adding a smooth slow motion shot to your real estate walkthrough or event B-rolls, what are you even doing? The 120 frame rate per second in 4K means you can make anything look really pretty expensive. Now let's talk about the built-in stabilization of this camera. Seriously, the 5-axis stabilization on this camera can almost replace your gimbal, meaning I can actually go handheld and still get buttery smooth shots running through a wedding reception, especially on slow-mo. You can actually do that. But sometimes the problem is that not everybody's hand is really steady. You might still need a gimbal. But trust me, in 120 frames, I don't think you will need a gimbal. All right, let's talk about the camera having a built-in ND filter. To be honest, it does not have a built-in ND filter. However, most rumors or speculations are saying that Sony might decide to put in the ND filter in the Mark II. Then one of the importance of the ND filter is that due to the high ISO of the camera, you might tend to have a challenging time using it on the broad daylight, because the native ISO is between 800 to 12,800. So meaning when you are shooting outdoors, you will actually need a step down ND filter to regulate, more like a sunshade for your camera to help regulate the sun or the brightness hitting the sensor. Another downside about this camera is the battery life. No, truth be told, Sony is lying if you are shooting a full day event or a long real estate walkthrough. Bring at least 3 extra batteries or hook up an external power bank. VMA batteries might even be better for you. Another downside, this camera does not have a viewfinder. It only have an LCD screen, which can really be horrible while in sunlight. But there are 2 options for you. You can either get an external monitor or just get an hoodie that will help block the screen for you so you can focus. Because truly, the LCD screen is not really good in sunlight. Now, here comes the $1 million question. Should you get or buy a Fx3 or just rent it when you need it? You shoot events, weddings, real estate, or commercial work regularly and need a dedicated video camera that won't let you down. I assure you, the Sony Fx3 won't let you down. I will advise you to get this camera if you shoot events, wedding, real estate, or commercial work regularly. and you need a dedicated camera, the Fx3 is a sure choice for you because you're going to make that money back since you shoot those kind of events regularly. What if you decide to rent it? Renting is good if you only need it for one-off gig, or you're just testing it out, or an high-end camera before committing is really an high-end camera. The price on it now in Nigerian market, probably I will drop it somewhere on the screen. Before committing yourself in buying it, check the price. So I think the smartest move for you is to test it out, rent it first, and see if something you really want to commit your money into. And the best part, you can decide to rent the Sony FX3 from Fum Renters. Opportunity for you to check out this camera, go to our website, fum.dbmsmedia.com. So what do you think? Would you want to buy or rent, or are you running on your heels and you don't like the cons about this camera? Drop a comment below. I want to hear from you, or really want to hear your thoughts. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.